Welcome to episode 2 of our father and son podcast talk show thing. And go into Arsenal straight away then?
Yeah, why not? Let's go into some winning games.
Yeah.
Save all the fun for when we talk about United, so.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, sure it is.
So, since last week, Arsenal have played 2 games. We beat Watford 2-0 in the Premier League and Karabag 3-0 in the Europa League. No joke? No, nothing
No.
about Europa League? Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's just been pretty positive vibes around Arsenal at the moment. Apart from contracts, which don't really bother me at the moment. It's only Ramsey and Welbeck, so nothing to worry about in my opinion. But yeah, United.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a quick roundup of Arsenal. I thought
Not
you
much
might
to
have went
say.
into a bit more with talking them up because they're winning.
Nah, just brag about it when you're talking about United losing.
We're not losing. Our last game was a draw.
Oh yeah, it was 0-0. What a surprise!
But
Mourinho
yeah.
trying 0-0.
But yeah, no, obviously a lot more to talk about with United than Arsenal. Bigger club anyway, so there's always more to talk about. Small news at United's big news at Arsenal. But yeah, obviously there's still the same roundup and mess that's been going on between the players and Mourinho. Once again, more to do with Pogba, but now that it's coming out with Sanchez and Valencia, so. But yeah, on the pitch it was a disgraceful 3-1 loss to West Ham where it got completely outplayed. Not that I could focus on the game too well. Yeah, being out at a party and trying to watch that disgraceful performance, just couldn't do it. But anyway, and then had a 0-0 draw against Valencia. So it's 4 points, sitting pretty in second. See how we go against Juventus, it will determine that. But yeah, it's just plenty to talk about with United if you really want to go there.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Might as well.
If you want to talk about it?
Yeah, why not? I'm completely at a loss to what's going on. I sort of thought it would be the making of Mourinho. It may still be, but he does look like he's struggling to deal with it.
Bit more doubt about that?
No, not so much doubt, but the players obviously aren't responding to him, and at the end of the day, a club can't just sack 20 players.
You could try. Just use all your youth players to replace them.
So at the end of the day, if push comes to shove, it's easier to get rid of one manager as much as you'll cost a club, but there's not exactly a lot of options out there either, I don't think, and it's not going to help us getting another manager in.
Yeah, Zidane. Apparently he's already lined up.
Who is Zidane?
Yeah.
No, there's been talk about him wanting to go to Juventus now, so...
Yeah, but Juventus...
He likes ready-made teams with quality players, and maybe he likes Ronaldo.
Yeah.
He wants to go follow him. But yeah, just not sure what's sort of going on. His lineup was very unexpected against West Ham. Completely got that wrong. I did. Went for a 4-3-3, thinking he'd want to go for a system where they can just keep the ball and move for each other. But he's gone with a 3-5-2, and yeah, just. So I have no idea. He's going to be pulling one out of the hat to predict the lineup this week on who he's going to play and what formation he'll go with. But we'll get more into that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just a quick talk about Europe with Arsenal.
We're top of our group. It's a fairly easy group. Our most difficult game is coming up. We go to Portugal to play Sporting. Might be a bit of a struggle, but
how have they gone with their 2 games?
I believe they won. I know they beat Karabag, but
you didn't.
I didn't check. Yeah,
check the other one. That's.
I think I put it here. Yeah. But fairly sure they won both.
Do a quick check on them. Arsenal. You need to go to the Champions.
Very prepared for this.
Where's the Champions League? Yeah.
League.
Oh, wrong one. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
They won.
That was an honest mistake.
Sure it was. Yeah, Sporting won both their games, so they're second in the group.
Cool. So this will just be determining top of the table, top of the group.
Yeah, should be Arsenal. Really.
What's the goal difference? Out of curiosity, between the two, how do you sit?
Plus five for Arsenal and plus 3 for Sporting.
Well, you should come out on top of that group.
Yeah, should.
Assuming Sporting don't get the better of you in the next 2 games.
They shouldn't.
But
Be
yeah,
very disappointed.
just talk. But yeah. But then with United in Europe, sitting second of the group, Juventus won both their games. They beat Valencia and Young Boys. Whereas United had a draw with Valencia to put us on 4 points, sitting second. And now our toughest 2 games are coming up against Juventus. Hopefully we can pull the cat out of the bag and somehow get a win against them when they visit in about 3 or 4 weeks, I think it is, towards the end of this month. Juventus come to Old Trafford, and we'll just go from there and deal with Europe as it comes later.
Then we just got to
Do our own. No, you can go through Arsenal's game.
So this week Arsenal play Fulham.
You're a bit more prepared than me. I'll have a look at the upcoming game.
Arsenal playing Fulham away after a long trip to Azerbaijan, but it'll probably be a very different team to what played. Some might be similar. Some of the players might start, but not all of them. So I've gone with Leno in goal, Monreal left back, Socrates and Holding to be centre back, and Bellerin right back, with Torreira and Xhaka holding, and Aubameyang, Ozil, Awobi in the 3 of a 4-2-3-1, and Lacazette up front. And that's the team.
Yeah, you got a bit closer with your team selections to
I
what I did.
Wrong. And it was
obviously a bit more predictable.
Yeah, it was a change that I said might happen anyway, the Ramsey one.
Yeah. So how can you see the game playing out?
Arsenal should win it and pull them up on great form. So Arsenal 3-1, 2-1.
I think it'd be pretty comfortable either way.
Yeah, should be.
You don't like your defence, you don't think you can keep a clean sheet?
To be fair, with Mustafi out of the team, we might. So it might be a 2-0, 3-0.
Well, we kept a clean sheet in Europe.
Did he? No, I don't think he played. He hasn't played in Europe yet, Mustafi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he played last week and he kept a clean sheet. He's kept 2, but I still don't trust him. Holding and Socrates has covered his eyes. So.
Fair enough. But yeah, well, United's team. Let's pull some names out of a hat. I'm not sure if that's how Mourinho does it. Puts a formation in one hat, pulls it out, and then the players come out the next one. But yeah, basically, I'm going to go with the 4-3-3 that I thought he'd go with last week. Different players this time for me, though. He'll stick with Smalling because he seems to have got Jose's trust at the moment. Out of the bunch of defenders that we do have in the centre.
They don't know how to defend.
But Bailey played in the... I'll just ignore that. Bailey played midweek in the Champions League, so I think he'll have a rest again and go back to Lindelof for the Premier League. And then I'm just going to go for a side tip here, completely from nowhere. I'm going to go Dalot, the young right back, to come in and start. As he's going to give Valencia a bit of a rest, possibly. Not too sure. As I said, a bit of a luck of the draw with Mourinho at the moment with his players. Like, he picks his teams off how they train, and obviously we don't have access to that. So
why does Pogba keep getting picked? I can't imagine he's the greatest on the training ground.
Well, apparently before the West Ham game, he trained the best out of the lot. So But yeah, so then we'll go with Luke Shaw at left back because Young's out injured, so it doesn't really leave many other options. And Shaw's definitely got Jose's trust at the moment. But then Matic, I think in the midfield with Fred and Pogba. I think you'll keep playing Pogba, knowing that he is actually a quality player. He's hoping that he'll show it on the field. Pogba puts his big boy pants on and just plays football instead of worrying about the shit with his manager off it. And then up front, I'm going to go with Lukaku because he always seems to start. Pretty trusted. He does a lot of work off the ball that Mourinho's happy with, regardless of the goal return that he may not get for a striker. But then the other left and right wings on a 4-3-3. Luck of the draw here. Lingard's out, so he can't start. Rashford and Marshall I'm going to go with. Marshall will come from the left, Rashford from the right. I don't think you'll put Sanchez in again, even though he started midweek. Obviously didn't have the best game, got subbed off again, so I'm going to stick with the two younger players that he'll go with Lukaku and have plenty of pace up front then to complement Lukaku. So there's my line up there, if you can see. That's sort of my 4-3-3. And playing a bottom of the table Newcastle who are struggling at Old Trafford. We'll get the win.
You're struggling to say that. It's funny.
No, I'm just trying to work out what the score will be. Because sooner or later, Manchester United, since they're playing Newcastle United, don't want to get that confused. Manchester United will fire.
Is this the week?
It should be. More so than against West Ham. West Ham did have that mini revival and the game before. Got to score 8 goals against a lower division team, but still builds confidence scoring goals. Newcastle is struggling, coming away from home. They could be getting bought, sold. The club's in more trouble than United.
I don't think it would be bought because their owner's been a dick about the price.
Yeah.
And making it overpriced. So
you never know, but that does tend to affect the pitch, as you see with United. When things go wrong off the pitch, it can affect it on it. So I think United will get it. I'll go with 2-0. Don't think they'll get too many, but I'd like to be wrong and see Lukaku get hat-trick. Yeah. Rashford, Marshall.
So.
And see, there's plenty of goals in the players. Just got to start showing it.
Yeah. Probably more goals in your defensive midfielder than Lukaku.
Well, Lukaku is our top scorer, so...
Yeah, well, you're not starting Sanchez, so I could make that joke.
Oh, no, we'll bring that. Sure you'll bring that into it. Yeah. But anyway, so that's it for the predicted lineups and our match previews. I'm going with a United 2-0 win for my game, and Mitchell went with the same, didn't it? 2-1. 2, maybe 3-1 for Arsenal to beat Fulham.
Maybe a clean sheet.
Maybe a clean sheet. So we'll just see how they go. But then now we'll have a chat about the rest of the Premier League.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, just before we go into this week, we'll discuss last week quickly.
Our tips, yeah.
On our tips. Pretty sure we both tipped Manchester to beat West Ham.
Yeah, what a mistake.
Yeah, definitely didn't happen for me. I tipped 3-0, thinking we'd do it comfortably. Couldn't be... That's like North and South Pole. And then we both tipped Arsenal to get up. And then we went with Everton Fulham. Thinking there might be a close game. Everton got there pretty comfortably, I think, in the end, wasn't it?
3-0.
3-0.
I went for
And
a draw.
I tipped Everton, got that one right. Mitchell went with a draw. And next one was Huddersfield and Tottenham.
Both to Tottenham.
Both went Tottenham there, and they were pretty comfortable 2-0. And City Brighton, the only thing we got wrong here was how many goals City scored.
Yeah.
City only got 2 against them. But then Newcastle, Leicester, again, we were different opinions.
I went Newcastle.
And I went the draw, and Leicester got it up, so we were both wrong.
Yeah.
So out of 3 possible solutions,
Mm.
the one we didn't pick got up. And then we both went Wolves against Southampton. And then with the Chelsea-Liverpool game, we both thought there'd be a result.
Yeah.
Both tipped a different team, and it ended up a 1-1 draw, so we both got that one wrong.
I said it'd be a 4-3 win for Liverpool too. So.
Yeah, you thought there'd be goals at
Yeah.
1-1 draw. I thought Chelsea would get it 2-1. But then Cardiff and Burnley, I went Cardiff, thinking they'd do it at home, but they didn't. Mitchell got them right with Burnley. And then Bournemouth at home to Crystal Palace. Me and Mitchell were different yet again, something different for the tips. I went Bournemouth, who got up, and Mitchell went Palace, and they didn't. So the roundup was effectively I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 correct to Mitchell's 5.
Yeah, you won.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to keep a tally of this actually.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. I'll do that during the week.
Yeah.
So next week we'll have a proper table and we'll
Yeah.
see who goes better at the end of the season.
That should be me.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Really, you laugh at it. Very unobvious.
We'll see what happens, eh? We've gone pretty different again this week. So
Yeah.
what did we work out? Out of 10 games, we've gone 4 the same. So it means there's 6 different.
Yeah.
See how that
I know.
goes.
Yeah.
I'll get 8 right. You'll get 6.
Did that one?
Is that right?
No.
Hang on, no, 5. You'll get 5 right.
Okay.
If I get 8, you'll get 5. I think.
And you're meant to be good with that. Come on.
Oh. Shush.
Brighton against West Ham. I've gone for West Ham after coming off the United win. Should have a bit of confidence, especially since their run of form has been pretty good in general anyway. So West Ham should win that.
Oh, well, just having a quick look. Teams that have beaten United have generally gone pretty poor after beating us, ironically. So I'm just going to go the upset and go Brighton.
Yeah, fair enough.
Purely on that. Because all the other teams seem to lose after they beat us.
Yeah.
So West Ham can follow the lead. Get beat. Then the next one is Burnley at home to Huddersfield. Burnley are travelling okay at the moment.
Yeah.
Huddersfield not so. But I'm going to go draw.
Yeah. I've gone for Burnley. It's
Something different
simple.
again.
Yeah.
Cool.
Found that one to be simple.
I found that one pretty simple. I'll see what happens, eh?
Yeah.
We'll give it a go. I've got to give you a chance to beat me. I can't always just go the favourites. Then we go Palace and Wolves. Something different again.
I've gone for Wolves.
You've gone Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone Palace because, again, I don't know. Just I'll give them home team advantage.
I reckon we'll still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got Leicester versus Everton. Oh, different again.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going the home team. I think Everton be too inconsistent. As much as Leicester are the same. I think after winning, they'll win at home. After travelling away from home, beating Newcastle, they'll get the win against.
I reckon Everton are going to go on a bit of a run now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're running to. But anyway, you go over Everton. I'm going Leicester.
Yeah.
And then we finally find a game where we agree on it. Tottenham versus Cardiff. Tottenham at home. I'm going the Tottenham win. They'll probably get it pretty comfortable.
Although, yeah, Tottenham will probably win it fairly easy.
Yeah. I'll just go 3-0. Something different.
It hurts to say Tottenham will win.
Yeah. Are they actually above Arsenal on the table?
Yeah, just go on, make your
Yes
joke.
or no?
Yes,
Yes. So,
make your joke.
what
Go on.
team
Go
are
on then.
above
make your joke.
Arsenal on the table that you really don't like?
All of them. I don't like
No,
any
there's
of
one
them.
that's not. Come on, be honest. United aren't. We're not above you.
That's it. I don't like any of the teams.
Yeah, but you said all of them. You don't like United either, but you're above us.
Because you shit.
Thought you might have actually come back with something like that, but you didn't. So, but anyway, on to the next game of Watford versus Bournemouth.
We've gone the same again.
Both gone the same. Watford at home, they're travelling pretty good.
Yeah.
Should get Bournemouth who a bit of a struggle straight as well. Although I think they did win their last game, didn't they, Bournemouth?
Don't know. Don't think so.
I don't know. What happened? Yeah, they did.
Oh,
I tipped them. Haha. Yeah, and then we got Manchester United versus Newcastle United is the next Premier League fixture to come up.
Which is another
Clearly, I am going to go Manchester United here. I think we will do it 2-0, hopefully more. But when at Old Trafford, they need to start
1-0.
collecting some three
special.
points at Old Trafford. And you're going to go 1-0 Manchester?
Yeah.
Cool. Just say 1-0 Manchester so it's on camera.
1-0 Manchester United.
Woohoo! Smartest thing you've said all night. But anyway, we'll go into the next one. We'll start the banner again. Is Fulham at home to Arsenal? You can start this one off.
Arsenal win easy.
Arsenal to win easy.
Yeah.
Well, because you're on a winning streak, they all end. This is a week it ends.
Not this early.
The undefeated streak won't end, but the winning streak will. It'll be a draw.
Go undefeated
2
for the rest
all.
of the season.
2-2. Oh, you can still go undefeated. You're just going to have a draw this week.
Yeah.
And then 2 games to go, which is Southampton at home to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Both going Chelsea there.
Yeah.
Southampton are struggling. Chelsea aren't.
Yeah.
They'll pick up the 3 points here and keep moving towards the title.
Yeah,
Top
should
of the
be
table.
Easy game for Chelsea, really.
Yeah, until next week when they play United and get beat. But that's on the, well, it's actually a fortnight because I think there's an international break after this week at the Premier League.
I hate international breaks. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll find there is. Going to the fixtures, are they fortnightly dates apart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20th.
Yeah.
Right,
So anyway, so Chelsea have got a fortnight to recover to find a way to beat United.
It's not hard. West Ham have shown it. Brighton have shown it.
But anyway, we're both going Chelsea to beat Southampton. Then on to the last game of the round. It's actually another big game. Top of the table clash. Liverpool at home to Manchester City. Yeah. Going with your goal fest again? That you thought against Chelsea, or you think they'll be a bit more subdued this time?
I think the Chelsea result has made me think it will be a bit more subdued.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe 1-1.
1-1, you're going with a draw in that game. I'm going with a City victory.
Say that again?
Manchester City will win against Liverpool.
I'm just glad we have that.
And they're just still banging goals in for fun because they've scored 21 goals in 7 games at an average of 3. And they've only conceded 3. So have Liverpool, actually. So I don't think there'll be too much. I think just 2-1. There won't be a lot of goals in it. There will be goals. Both teams can attack. So you'd have to think there have to be some sort of goals.
Their managers are the opposite of Jose. They like to attack. Yeah.
Jose does attack as well.
Yeah.
Players just don't want to play at the moment.
Can you blame them?
To borrow a statement off Roy Keane, they're all crybabies.
Yeah.
Not just United, he was talking about players in general, but
it was mainly aimed at United.
I think it was aimed at United, and then he just generalised it from there. Good old Roy Keane. But he had the right to say that sort of comment. He was one of the toughest in the game. Whenever he crossed the line, just asked Vieira. Yeah. Some of the battles M2 had, mate, when you weren't old enough for them, but there were some monster battles with Arsenal United.
Didn't like each other very much. It showed.
No. It's when they were both up the top battling.
Yeah. It's been a while since Arsenal and United have been up the top,
Together.
Yeah.
It has been. But that's pretty much a wrap. Unless you got something else you want to say in general.
United is shit.
United is shit, you reckon?
Yeah.
At least we're still a big club. Always will be.
I'm going to be a Leeds fan soon. Down in the Championship, holding on to the past. You're a big club.
United will never get down there.
Yeah, but no, Mourinho might take you.
No.
Mourinho might take you for a ride down
No.
to
It's
the
going to be
Championship.
another interesting week at United, that is for sure. You just never know what you're going to get with good old Jose.
Yeah.
His press conference, he was very short with his answers, didn't say a lot.
Well, not really much for him to
Oh,
say.
he doesn't give the press too much. They like to make up their own stories anyway and twist his words and add to it and do what they do.
He probably tells some shit anyway that half of it ain't even true. Just so they can go spin whatever they want.
You never know.
Wouldn't be surprised.
We'll never know. We'll never know. But anyway, next we'll have to work something out to have a bit of a fun segment in this each week.
Yeah,
Got 2 weeks now to work that out.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Plenty of time, but that is it for the week. We've gone with our selections. Mitchell's thinking Arsenal is going to keep winning.
Yeah, I'm always going to think that.
A bit like me thinking United are going to
keep
turning that corner.
Keep losing.
Yeah, keep turning that corner. We'll get around it. Jose, I still think, is the man to take us forward at the end of the day. I still think he is definitely the man to do it.
Maybe a bit more support from the board.
Well,
so we can actually get in a few more players.
They definitely need players, something like that. If he's still there in January, they've definitely got to alter the squad.
Sell centre backs, money ones.
Can't do wholesale changes, mate. That don't work either.
You need to. You really need to.
One would have been nice in the summer.
Yeah, just to carry over for a bit.
Yeah, just to carry over, but yeah.